Monster kill!
Battle begins.
Really good. He's going to be paired up with Tusk on the off lane. Beast Coast, they have super strong safe lane. This is CK plus Enchantress, so that means that they are going to be able to take down, take one of the creeps, potentially from Nature's Prophet, and also have a lot of sustain from healing Enchantress, and also CK does have a built-in healing from Chaos Strike.
Yeah, he does, and again, like a lot on the line for Fnatic, right? Heading towards TI, a victory here would mean a hell of a lot to them as we get ourselves into Game 2 of this best of 3. Fnatic leading 1-0. And moving down bottom, seeing a lot more of these wraparounds into enemy jungles, getting deep vision out, trying to spot out lanes, maybe snipe some couriers, and of course, importantly, the first blood into the bounty runes that Fnatic are looking for. See Smile. They're going to spot DJ. K1 sees him. And they'll realize very quickly that the majority of Fnatic are all around there. Gojira. He's up at top. An interesting ward from him in that top lane. That courier sniping ward.
Yeah, definitely. Tiny, one of the heroes that can snipe the courier, especially if he decides to go for the tree grab level 1, so...
Yeah, you might see him do some lane dragging as well. He's got the boots queued up. 2 sentries on the Tiny as well. So he'll be blocking camps and making sure that Dubu doesn't have that stacking and pulling capability. And like you said, of course, with the Warlock able to sustain the Juggernaut, it gives a lot more room to the Warlock to actually manipulate the creep waves by pulling.
Imagine if Tiny can use tree grab, take Nature's Prophet and throw him out there. Then... But you would need to have like some specific cosmetic.
Oh, we did have the little intro from PGL, didn't we? Where there's Tiny coming along, Nature's Prophet puts a tree down, Tiny grabs the tree. Imagine if he just grabs the hero. Interesting move as well by Whisper, right? He goes in, kills off the range creep, so this wave is going to be pushing hard towards the Radiant side.
Both Timato and Dubu forced a TP to this top lane, because this ward did give them that vision and potentially zoning thing that they're not going to be able to do. Timato immediately puts down a healing ward.
Yeah, desperately needs it. Gojira and Stinger will put a lot of that pressure on very early on, and this gives Whisper an exceptional start. He's already 2-2 as the offlane puck, one of his key signature heroes, and again a tempo controller the Beast Coast needs.
Mid is the matchup that I'm going to be looking forward the most, because Underlord, he's one of the heroes that does dominate the matchup. So far, 3 picks, did manage to win only 1 game.
Maybe a bit deceiving though, because that's probably offlane Underlord, right?
Yeah, that's definitely not mid Underlord. Mid Underlord, 100% win rate for sure.
We'll see if C-Smart can pick up those stats.
You get levels so quickly, and you're going to have a lot of denies. You already see the difference. 4 denies on Underlord, Ember Spirit doing even worse than I expected.
Yeah, an incredible lane of that Underlord, and able to go into that Rod of Atos build, which even further compounds the Ember's difficulties. You've got that Pit of Malice with the root from Rod of Atos that can catch and kill heroes like Bryle or even the Jabs Nature's Prophet. That's a
root mechanic against Tusk. This is what ruins the hero. And Underlord will have 3 if you think about the layers. So very difficult for him to get the snowball saves. If there's a bit of Malice, he blinks in, won't be able to get the snowball off. So that's a very good counter to Tusk in general.
It's domination across the board as well. It's not just C-Smile here at 14-6 against the Embers 5-1.
All 3 cores.
All 3 cores. 12-1 CK, 11-4 Puck. Fnatic struggling early days here as Beast Coast really laying it on thick. It's DJ battling with K1, the tag team doing some good work there with the Treants to slow him down, and body blocked up by Jabs, but he will be able to get a little bit of distance now. And Stinger, once we get those levels up.
Fnatic does have creep advantage here. They did manage to push the lane, so now we'll start to put a bit more pressure, and also Jabs investing in these small items, getting Null Talisman on Nature's Prophet, something we usually don't see, and he queues up another one.
So that's about the lanes, right? He wants to try and
he wants to put some more pressure on the CK and also Enchantress.
Yeah, mitigate the difficulties they've already been having. While Stinger, I was just wondering, Nature's Attendants, usually the build we see from these position 5 Enchantresses, right, to safeguard your safe lane, give that heal and sustain, but he's gone aggressive with Impetus and Enchant.
Maybe he feels it's not necessary because CK does have a built-in Chaos Strike.
Oh, true. I just hand over some tangos to him. Oh man, every time we look into mid, 22 and 10, 32.
Well, stop looking.
Total CS. I can't.
10 CS on Ember Spirit. I mean, we expected this to be difficult matchup for Ember Spirit. One of the reasons why they picked it, C-Smile, one of his niche heroes that he tends to bring up if the matchup is good.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's the Courier Snipe. The ward may be removed by Dubu if they understand that Gojira has been using that deeper vision, but they don't find it just yet. And he's missed out on the sentry as well. He's placed that to try and deward his small camp, but Gojira has placed it in the perfect spot. And now Whisper has that urn. They would love to grab a kill on the Warlock here, get some charges going and snowball that top lane even further as a 1k lead develops for Beast Coast. The way things are going, it's only going to ramp up even further.
Ember Spirit is supposed to be the playmaker for this team. Like, Nature's Prophet can do some lifting early on, but you have Warlock, you have Juggernaut. Like, they don't want to join early on. The Warlock needs level 6, and if you misuse the Golem, that's going to be a bit more difficult. And Ember Spirit's getting shut down in the mid. 16, 31, and 12 on C-Smile.
Is this one of those situations, like we've previously seen Ember against Necro as a matchup, where he goes and cuts wave? Does he go between Tier 2 and Tier 3, or is that not something we do anymore?
I'm thinking, Gary, it might be one of the options. He's getting levels. He's level 5, so he will be able to farm the jungle efficiently. K1, good body blocks here.
Yeah, the Treant's right in front of him and a snowball there. Grab first blood for Jabs. Able to take down that Chaos Knight and get themselves something out of this laning stage as they were really starting to struggle.
Investing in these small items did really pay off for Jabs, something we usually don't see. Most of the time it's rush for power treads because his attack speed, like his animation, everything is good about Nature's Prophet. His stats gain is pretty nuts, one of the best in the game.
Absolutely
Early point in Pit of Malice.
Right, trying to catch out Bryle. A challenge though to get through the Flame Guard as we do see Tiny coming in from behind. I'm not sure if Bryle spotted him during nighttime. Tiny being very sly with his move.
He definitely spotted him now.
He did see him now, you're right. And look at this, Fnatic responding in kind. Bring 2 heroes mid, refill the bottle, give Bryle at least some recovery in this mid lane. And Dubu going to be guarding these runes. C-Smile pretty low, so 6 minutes will hit. And Fnatic have managed to guard both rune spots, giving an arcane rune to Bryle's Ember.
They needed to help out Bryle because he was not having a good time. Looking at the top lane, Vesper, he's destroying this matchup, going into Spirit Vessel next, so the healing and also the overtime damage, good shards.
Yeah, he's trapped himself inside. Gojira's going to be able to toss him back in towards Stinger. Snowball and the TP from Prophet. He's sat at 120 HP, but Gojira's the first one to die. DJ will finally drop, but now the Treants in a move forward from Jabs chip away at the Ench, while C-Smile against the Ember Spirit's Arcane Rune, taking a bit of a beating now.
It's all about that chip damage. Bryle will TP back to base, does still have Arcane Rune running for next 20 seconds. Orb of Corrosion. Done. Jabs is controlling these summons real nice.
The Nature's Attendants, though, finally available for Stinger's Ench, keeping him up and running in K1. He's back in here, the Centaur Stomp will chain stun Jabs, and a nice reaction from Beast Coast.
Going for Orchid on Nature's Prophet. I like that a lot. They're very limited how they can control this puck, and also gives them a bit more pick-off potential. He can play with the Ember Spirit and pretty much kill anyone pre-BKB.
Still top 3 CS and top 3 net worth belong to Beast Coast. Not looking as tragic as it was 3-4 minutes ago, though, as Fnatic do grab
still
a little
a
bit
2k
back.
gold lead for Beast Coast.
And another Courier Snipe. Dubu loses it to Gojira's movements. C-Smile in that mid lane. Does have the backup of the Ench, as Bryle with a Tusk Sap behind him. Just giving these defensive layers to the mid laners in case they do get roamed upon. Gojira going to combo down the Warlock. Holds the toss until the last moment to allow Whisper to come in with a bit more nuke damage. Even coils him up. And got the leash on the Jug, but the Omni Slash slicing through Gojira now. Gets the trade 1-for-1. Mid lane, C-Smile. Oh, he's taken down by DJ and Bryle.
This is a kill that they needed, and also another active rune for Bryle, so he's getting back into the game.
Oh, look at that medallion. Is this going to be one of those items that is more popular coming through the playoffs? Because Enchantress has just grabbed one.
Early pressure. Just having that bit of extra damage. I definitely didn't expect it because we haven't seen it, but seems like teams are also making slight adjustments coming later into the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we were chatting over dinner a couple of days ago, and I think it was Scriff that was talking about it. We used to see that Solar Crest quite a lot. Medallion was very popular just a year or two ago, fallen off the face of the earth until now, 2 games in a row, giving that nice buff or a bit of a nerf to your opponents if you place it onto them. As Bryle and DJ maxed out Slight with the potential of the tag team to do some good damage, but they don't find anybody. Radiant Vision there would also potentially scout them out once that smoke broke. They're aiming towards bottom now instead. K1, a very tanky beast, 1300 HP.
Not as tanky against this tag team.
The Dark Rift comes in and sees Smile with a Pit of Malice, trying to catch them out with a coil onto Jabs, but he's already managed to slip away with the help of DJ there. Getting out of danger, leaving the Tusk all on his lonesome. See Smile will help Whisper pick up a kill, and beastcoast with a 5-hero rotation just for a Tusk kill.
Underlord, people forget that he has a global presence with his Fiend's Gate joining a lane. It's not as bad as it used to be, so outnumbering opponents. Nature's Prophet did use his Wrath of Nature, didn't get the kill. Still, steady 2k gold lead for beastcoast.
Toss back,
Gojira finds one.
And beastcoast still able to play as a group. Sprouted up, Jabs, gonna get avalanche and taken down by the Hellbear Smasher. Some big fatal bonds from Dubu, but no follow through. He's been isolated, picked off. I see Smile claims another kill. Bryle's come in from the back. Gojira with another toss, but he's changed up. DJ walks it back. We've got both the fatal bonds and the searing chains to latch onto people. But 3 charges, yeah, over on that Whisper Spirit Vessel.
It's an early Spirit Vessel pickup. This is going to give them a lot of kills. Sometimes it's all you need, having that bit of extra damage, and also will be reducing healing from Healing Ward, and also coming out the one from Warlock.
Tons of sustain. That smoke pickup, it looks like Stinger. I'm going to want to continue this aggression. K1 does have his armlet ready, but being run at every time he shows in a lane. There's a snowball, there's a tag team. Tomato with a spin and this DD rune going. K1 toggles up, but Shard blocked in. Punched around and killed off by Fnatic. This is really important for them to keep K1 CK under their boot, not farming freely.
This is a big move. They did manage to kill CK, and I believe it was... Nah, never mind. I thought Tomato got the last hit. They're still going to have Midas, once again, going for that Hand of Midas. At this point, he might even change his nickname to Midas.
Yeah.
Considering how things are going, Gojira looking for an opening, potentially toss back into tower, force a spin from Juggernaut.
Yeah, challenging against the Jug, though. And even with K1's couple of deaths, still up near the top of the net worth. He was in first position, but overtaken by his 2 teammates. Midas got delivered just as the courier was being killed. A very close one there. Like, imagine your Midas recipes on courier dead for 2 minutes. What a waste that would be. But it does arrive for Tomato on time. Tossing back under tower. DJ and Bryle. This is the pairing that seems to be causing chaos. The active duo from Fnatic. No longer DJ and Jabs, it's DJ and Bryle roaming around.
They did manage to get Bryle back into the game after that their really bad start. Tier 1 tower on the mid lane, a lot of damage done. You're playing against the Underlord, he naturally pushes in the wave. Atrophy Aura is maxed out. He does have Road of Atos, so potentially some solo pickoffs even from Underlord.
Yeah.
His damage is nuts.
90 bonus damage if he's going to find Jabs here. And he's waiting on the low ground. Oh yeah, he's waiting for Whisper to come in. Spirit Vessel, 2-man pit, coil him up, so no snowball save. Great move in from beastcoast, giving a double
that's
kill.
A late rock. They need to get something out of this.
He drops the golem on them. Tomato will spin in, and they've caught out C-Smile with the chains, but a toss across will throw the Ember away, and this Underlord, he's perfectly fine. His ability's coming back up, and Bryle, he's dying. Triple kill for C-Smile now. They root up the Warlock, catch them with a root, strap him inside the Pit of Malice, and slay the Warlock. An ultra kill for the Underlord.
He has almost 500 damage. That's not. These are the fights that they need to take because they have a lot of control with Tiny Underlord. He's putting more points in Pit of Malice. How much damage is that? Can we see that again?
That's like 3,000 damage, was it? 2,941 damage from the Underlord and getting himself about $1,000 in cash.
Something that we mentioned, the snowball save is going to be very difficult to execute. Root mechanic, and it's going to get even more difficult. This is level 2 Pit of Malice. You need Blink BKB on Tusk this game, I say.
Yeah.
Very easy to say it. I'm not sure like how you're going to farm that if you want to be able to push people out of the trouble. The other approach is to get Force Staff, so you can force people out. And yeah, 300 damage. Look at that smile.
Oh, a wry smile from Gojira.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
He knows he's had an exceptional game. Like, how many couriers has he killed, actually? It feels like he's got 4 or 5.
I stopped counting after 4.
Yeah. He's been all over the place, slaying the poor little chickens. DJ killing off one of these Ench creeps that was farming Ancients with Stinger nearby. And Chaos Knight arriving at his second key item timing. Echo Saber there, BKB and the heart queued up. Feels like it's go time for Beast Coast. No Maelstrom yet on the Juggernaut. Comparatively, 1,000 difference between the 2 position 1s. And there was no deny on that mid-tier 1 tower. They glyph it up, but C-Smile will claim the takedown on the objective.
It's one of the games where CK might even skip a BKB and go for the heart immediately. I know K1 does not like to change his item build no matter what happens. He's like, oh, I'm going to go for this. Very stubborn about his item build.
Obsessive almost.
But this time around, if he has heart, I don't think he's dying. BKB is a safer choice, don't get me wrong.
It is. He has to be one of the caster's favorite carries though, right? Because at the start of the game, you love to point it out, he queues every item he's going to buy. We know what his build's going to be before the game really even starts properly. And there's that smoke we were expecting from Beast Coast. Keep the pressure on. Keep Fnatic on this dire side of the river. Find a pick off, turn it into more. Catch the Tusk inside the pit. And C-Smile, 175 bonus damage. So good at snowballing on this hero as long as he can stay alive in these fights. With BKB nearly done, that's going to only increase that potential.
Last time I checked, it was 2k gold lead for Beast Coast. I was focused on the game. Suddenly it's 9,000 net worth 16 minutes into the game. Also forcing Ember Spirit to get the first item BKB means that his damage output is going to be very limited, but he needs to get it. There's a couple of root mechanics and also playing against Puck, so wants to be able to defend himself.
And they've caught out jabs. They came down here to try and kill Gojira. But it's jabs to die, and the coil, it's there and onto the Ember Spirit. A decent fatal bombs with a golem from Dubu. Snowball back in, DJ turning this into a proper fight, but Fnatic looking for the reset. Don't want to get embroiled in this long drawn-out battle because we have this extra pit. The chase in from K1 and Whisper. Fnatic are crumbling. Beast Coast have their number. Raw aggression from the South American squad. And 350 bonus damage stacked up again for C-Smile.
This could be a 25-minute game for Beast Coast. The way they're playing, super aggressive. Whisper has 8 Spirit Vessel charges. This only happens in pro games where the game is really stompy, or happens in Herald bracket where people don't know what they buy the item, but yeah, they don't have enough mouse buttons.
Not set up the hotkeys properly. It's definitely been a good game for Beast Coast.
It means the game's going so well, you don't even need to use it, or you're getting that many kills that it doesn't allow, game itself does not allow you to use it.
4 hits.
This is a core Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, well, it was. Not anymore. Dead on our screens. Philosopher's Stone grabbed up by Fnatic. And we do start to see these tier 2 items filtering into the pockets of the players. Ench with another shawl, Essence Ring Puck, Fade Grenade for Beast Coast as well. And Warlock can be holding the Philly. Oh, hello. Broil, Spirit Vessel, trying to get away from the coil, but it snaps in the last second.
Doesn't even use Vanning Rift or Illusory Orb. He's scaling so hard, having Witchblade and the full Spirit Vessel, level 15, 17 minutes into the game on offlane Puck.
Imagine you get slammed so hard and you just have this cute fairy dragon go greetings at you. Oh, I'd be tilted. Jabs, he wants it. Whisper's already jaunted away. No catch, even with the Orchid there. Couldn't find the opening. DJ is still smoked here behind him. So if Whisper overplays, they could go for the turnaround. But Beast Coast very deliberate with their movements. Not going too far forward. C-Smile Trying to stack up that damage again. Dire Vision here does cover a nice part of this top area of the map. So they'll see the Underlord moving into the jungle. But with two heroes nearby, they've got Tiny, as well as the CK, moving towards the pit. Gojira with his favorite item yet again, Tiny with the toy.
It's a must-have. You pick Tiny, that means you're getting the item. And inside Roche Pit they go. Extra 90 damage on Underlord. They do have a sustain, they have also Medallion. CK will be tanking that Roche.
So is that how it works? You pick Tiny, Tumbler's Toy guaranteed to drop, and if you have a Nature's Prophet on the enemy team, you get Spider Legs every time.
It's Gaben's guarantee.
That's a good one. Jabs, trying to split push, but Roshan falls. Beast Coast quick to react. And these tier 1 towers kept alive. Not a single one has fallen on this Beast Coast side. Sea Smile back through the portal, straight up towards top lane. A tier 2 tower would be great for them now to unlock the outpost, keep this pressure onto Fnatic with a 13k lead. It's a struggle to see how Fnatic come back into this. Gojira just going to blink and tumble away as DJ was lurking.
There was a game where Jabs played Nature's Prophet, did buy a lot of time for his team. It's very difficult right now. This is Nature's Prophet that's trying to buy his shard, doesn't have a BKB, so can't protect himself against Underlord rotations. Puck can't solo kill him, as we've seen. And speaking of solo kills, Whisper did get another one on Dubu.
It's everywhere on the map, Lacoste. They go on Gojira bottom, he survives, they kill Dubu in triangle, Broil up on top. Everywhere you look, Beast Coast are either getting kills or dodging ganks.
Fnatic is all about buying time. They're not going to be able to team fight against Beast Coast for 20 minutes. I'm not
That's a long time.
over exaggerating. It's just by 20 minutes that might be end game and also pause in between game 2 and 3.
And you're talking about buying time, Gojira. He's buying so much time, tossing around DJ while Tomato does spin on Whisper.
That's a big kill.
Huge kill if they can get it, but the Essence Ring, the phase shift, maybe a maneuver out of here. Can he jump out of danger? Whisper gets the kill, gonna jaunt to the orb as well. The outplays are glorious,
and look at the top
and they're
lane.
Pushing high ground too.
175 on Underlord.
Oh, Beast Coast.
K1 a bit low on HP. Seems like they're going to respect the damage that can come from Fnatic, but nicely done by Whisper. Good jukes. It would be 1,000 plus gold. He's 6-0 and 8, extremely farmed.
Oh yeah, he's a fatty. Fnatic, what can you do? You can't defend your top lane, can't play aggressively down in bot lane. There's no Roshan for you to take. The CK has the Aegis for 2.5 minutes. BKB done, Heart well on the way.
C Smile about to finish his AC.
Oh, is he?
AC Smile. That's going to be extra tower damage that they need extra, because they want to close out this game.
Oh, man. And Whisper's Puck doesn't even need boots, does he? He's got Blink Dagger. Tanky enough, the Essence Ring, such a nice item on this Puck. Makes you even more elusive and tanky, difficult to kill. Well, Jabs farming enemy ancients, getting some tier 2 items which were still left unclaimed. Finding little pockets of farm wherever they can, Fnatic. But I think they have to forfeit these tier 2 towers. The defense of the objectives, not a simple task for them unless they're all set up on their high ground, where maybe they can mount a defense.
This next set of items is going to be big for Beast Coast. CK about to finish his Heart and AC on Underlord that we mentioned. Also Puck getting closer to his Yule Scepter, so will not need to care about initiation from Nature's Prophet. We'll have something to dispel this Orchid. AC done. CK still needs 500 gold.
Well, he'll get closer and closer with this tower take. Fnatic not really in position here to respond either. Nobody's up on this high ground to defend. Dubu starts pinging it out, and people will have to TP back to filter back to this base.
It's one of those lineups right now that hit critical momentum, so if you lose a fight, you lose the game. They have way too much damage.
It's a bulldozer. Oh, Broil gets his
BKB.
BKB off. Inside the Pit of Malice, he will have a bit of safety with that magic immunity. Blinks out by Beast Coast as they turn and battle. C-Smile and K1. Aiming Tomato, forced to spin, and now the barracks falling. Shaking the foundations of Fnatic's base.
This was a BKB with Arcane Rune, so another BKB will be available in 50 seconds. Also, the reset is pretty nice. With the Fiend's Gate, can go back to base, reset, especially if they can bait the big spell from Fnatic, like Rock or Omni Slash, and then getting back into the fight.
Yeah, so the split push availability as well, like Whisper can TP back, has that portal to return to fight, and Gojira with a good avalanche there, sees jabs coming. But Fnatic, they are hungry, desperate, scrambling for a kill on the Tiny. He's got Blink in a second, but the chains catch him just before it comes off cooldown. A pick-off for Fnatic allows them to play across the map.
It's a 5-man rotation just to be able to get one position for, and CK Illusions already pushing out every single lane.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically position 5, lowest net worth on the Radiant team as that Tiny. And Chantra starting to get a little bit more farm priority, it looks like, here on Stinger. Got his Force Staff. Heading into Holy Locket, I believe, with the Fluffy Hat and the Energy Booster on the Ench. Sea Smile, the Underlord, plants himself in front of the enemy base. Go on then, have a go. Timado, static charge from the Mjolnir. Doing a little bit of damage as Whisper dives straight in onto Dubu and DJ. They've got the healing ward out, K1 being spun at, but a tanky CK, not the target they
have a BKB,
go
we'll
for.
pop it.
Jab's gonna get dragged around and killed off. CK with that BKB just opens up. And it's mid lane of Barracks with a toss back. Broil has the BKB himself. Fnatic using and wasting so many cooldowns just to stay alive a little bit longer. And now the dive in onto Broil. They'll find the Ember Spirit, silenced and killed, and even with a Dubu rock dropped in, C-Smile will finally die to the Omni Slash of the Juggernaut. Buybacks galore from Fnatic now, but C-Smile returns
Jab's
as
trying to
well.
get in. He was trying to get into Fiend's Gate.
They got jabs and they're diving for more. C-Smile has respawned, comes back in, and surely it's got to be game over now.
They will call it. What a draft from beastcoast. They did some, you know, shenanigans in game 1, but people will say classic